It's time for Socially Awkward Media with Levack and Goss. Awkward on 104.5 The Team.
It is, we're live from Fitzgerald, so we got to be a little less awkward than normal. Okay.
Do we? Why?
Because people are looking at us.
Oh, okay. Keep my shirt on this week.
Oh, damn it. All right. I mean, good. So we've got the Bud Light Super Bowl send off. It's your last chance to go ahead and get yourself qualified for the trip before the finale. So get in here and get that done. But right now, let's you go out there and you send us all this crazy stuff in socially awkward media, so we recycle it, much like our friends at For Your Convenience, the Bottle and Can Redemption Center.
Yeah, if you want to be part of the show on Thursdays or anytime, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, connect with us via social media. Head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/1045 The Team, at 1045 The Team on Twitter, or at our accounts, at the Jeff Levack or at Tom Goss, TOMGOZZ, and tell us what's on your mind in the world of sports, or sometimes just what's on your mind in general, which that time it gets really scary and frightening, so please.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we do something with it. We're going to start with an athlete here for the second week in a row in Socially Awkward Media. This one comes from OBJ_3. That's funny, there's no fine for that. I could only imagine it if I was the one to do it. Just being honest. That's Odell Beckham Jr. discussing Ezekiel Elliott's celebration into the Salvation Army kennel.
Again, it's just, he comes off like a whiner. Like when Cam Newton pointed out the first time that everybody's hitting me and nobody calls it, blah, and I was like, dude, let somebody else say it. If you're mad that something happened on the football field and the Salvation Army made 61% more donations over a 12-hour period, I know that's not where the anger comes from. Just, I don't know, find a better way. Like I think the league is way too critical of that stuff, but it's a bad optic when that's what you're complaining about.
Yeah, and you bring it on yourself here, saying, what about me? I couldn't do this. You know what you should do then, Odell Beckham Jr.? I have an idea for you. Go out, buy yourself a Salvation Army kennel.
I like it.
Put it in the back of the end zone.
Right.
Jump in it.
There you go.
And see if you're going to get fined.
He's going to get fined. He'll get fined. Well, he has a history of it.
The Giants are on the road, too, so again,
you know why he bothers me?
At D.C., yeah.
I'm the youngest of 5. I was the little brother. Do you ever look back and think about the times that you were truly annoying in your life? Every single time my older brothers or sisters got something or got away with something, regardless of the situation, but they did it. And that's what he sounds like right now.
We'll go to Daniel on Twitter. Daniel wrote in, if Leonard Fournette and Christian McCaffrey don't want to play in meaningless games, then they should have quit after week 7.
It's so well played. I've been listening to back and forth on the drama over the bowl games and all that, and when you should play and when you shouldn't play and all that fun stuff. And I got to be honest, I'm so sick of it already. I'm sick of the entire topic. But hey, this is what we do. So I will keep making fun of people. And
does you feel like they quit on their team?
I do, and I don't. And I'm not like everybody's. What about the coaches? I don't care about the coaches. Like the coaches are going to leave when they're going to leave. They're going to do what they want to do. I care about the other members of that team that aren't going to win because you weren't there.
They have an opportunity to make a lot of money. Now, Christian McCaffrey comes from a family with money. His dad played in the NFL. Leonard Fournette has a young daughter. So they are in very different circumstances when it comes to off-the-field financial situations.
Right.
But if they believe they're going to have a long career in the NFL and they want to make sure that happens by not playing in an exhibition bowl game, I can't stand here and say, you should play because of... That's your guys' call. If your teammates are supporting you on it,
it's their call. But if I was, let's say that my draft pick comes up and I'm between the two, them and like someone similar, and I can't break the tie, that breaks the tie for me.
Do you remember when you were on the phone this week with a guy named Jay and you guys went back and forth about this?
Yeah.
Free Josh Gordon tweeted in, by the way, that Jay guy sounded like a 16-year-old. He doesn't have kids. Otherwise, he wouldn't want his kid to be a selfish jerk.
Right. Well, because that's my other thing is, like, I was brought up, you join a team, you play for that team. As long as the rest of that team is out there on the field, you're part of it. Even if you're hurt, you go. You go and you back them up. Because, like, I got hurt and I didn't want to go. And my dad was like, no, dude. I'm sorry. He didn't say no, dude. But
it'd be awesome if your dad did, by the way.
Like, all right, listen, little bra. Let me tell you something.
Sad dad.
Yeah.
Play. I'm a jerk, bro.
It was more like, I'm trying to remember how how he made me feel like a wimp. but the message came across that they were there for me. I needed to be there for them.
John on Twitter wrote in, to you, Levack, true or false, for the Raider Nation to make a deep playoff run, Derek Carr needs to take snaps from under center?
I think that's true. I mean, you're going to win the first round. I don't know. You can't get past the Patriots. You can't get past, I got to say, the Chiefs or the Ravens without your full offense. If he's in shotgun of the pistol, it takes away half the offense, the plays they can call. And I just think it handicaps them too much, Pinky being handicapped.
And it's that injury. So even if they go as hard as they can in practice, say, all right, we're going to get as many reps as we can with you doing this, working on it, it's an injury.
Right.
So if you go too hard in practice, you may potentially injure the finger, and you may not even help him get comfortable in the offense.
And unlike the Giants and the Chiefs and them, their defenses are so strong. The Raiders' defense has shown improvement, but they're not to the point where they can cover for Carr yet.
Joe had a Twitter question about the Raiders as well. Why the same thing every year with the New York Jets? No matter who's the coach or who's in the office, they never get a Derek Carr or Dak Prescott.
It's funny when you look back at the history of the Jets. You've got to go back to Namath for like the real franchise quarterback. Vinny Testaverde had success. He wasn't yours. It was homegrown. Chad Pennington's probably as close as you get, and that didn't work out either. But for me, the one thing that I've noticed, if I'm really critiquing the difference, the Raiders finally had stability. Reggie McKenzie was allowed to continue to build what he wanted. They waited and they cherry-picked the quarterback they wanted. So for me, it's get a general manager that you believe in and leave him alone.
You know what's interesting about this tweet is that those two quarterbacks he mentioned, Derek Carr and Dak Prescott, nobody really believed in either of those guys. Dak Prescott was a fourth-round draft pick, and he almost won the Heisman Trophy at Mississippi State. Derek Carr played at Fresno State.
He was their second pick.
Right, and his brother was the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft.
Yep.
Yet for some reason, NFL teams passed on these guys. This example, it's more so about these guys being in the right situation and hindsight being 2020. People have tossed it out to us before. What would Dak Prescott be if they switched teams? Would Dak even be getting off the bench, or would he be like a Bryce Petty and getting blasted, and Bryce Petty would just be handing off the ball to Zeke Elliott and hitting some passes?
Right.
It's tough to evaluate these guys. I think both are very good quarterbacks. But remember, Joe, sometimes it's about the surrounding cast that makes those guys look
Trenches
good.
out, baby. Build your team. Trenches out.
Alan tweeted in, this was from yesterday, 2 days ago when we talked to our pal Zach Bye. Alan, damn, Bye's line sounds like someone being interviewed and wants to remain anonymous. Get some sleep, bro.
Well, because he got stuck in the airport and everything. He didn't get to sleep. And look, if there's one person in this building that I'll admit works harder than me, it's Zach Bye.
What about me?
It's Zach Bye. Well, no, because I mean, Zach. Tell me how many times have you been there before I got there and left after I left?
Who, me?
Yeah, the same day. You were there before me and left after me.
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not a lot.
Zach gets there before me and leaves after me.
Yeah, there have been times where I've walked in and said, Zach, why are you still here?
Right. And that's a standard. So then you get that's his day-to-day lifestyle. So you know that's a man who's figured out his sleep down to the minute. And you leave him, you get him stuck in an airport.
Yeah, and he went to bed at 4 o'clock that night, and I still texted him in the morning. I'm like, hey, do you want to do the 10:30 interview? He's like, yes. I'm thinking, like, you don't have to do it, but you are on Big Board Sports. He still got up and did the interview with us.
And if he's listening, it's because he was drunk. I don't want him to think I like him. So.
We'll move on to Larry. Speaking about drinking, Larry offered this advice to you. Remember, Levack, drink lots of water in Colorado. Mix 1 beer. Feel like 3 beers.
Yeah, the higher altitude.
Is that a real thing? I thought it's like your lungs or something.
I can imagine it, less air. I'm going to drink a lot of water with it anyway because I'm there for New Year's Eve and a Raiders-Broncos game. My buddy who lives out there, not the best drinker, and he hasn't had an issue. So I think if he can survive, I can survive.
You just like to remind people you are Dr. Levack. You are not a scientist. You don't know these things. You're not Bill Nye.
I'm a
You're not no. That's
Jeff.
And you know what? You're also going to find out for Larry.
My doctor.
You're going to drink enough for Larry to find out. Hey, Larry, maybe it did work this way. Maybe
Larry, I've been told many times you can't drink that much, and then you usually follow by, oh my God, he drank that.
Our guy Dubs, our former coworker here, offered up this question. Is Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, the fighter of the year in the UFC?
Wow. Probably the most underrated, right?
Yeah, because
nobody talks about him.
And think of all the people who didn't fight this year. Ronda didn't fight. John Jones suspended. Conor McGregor won, but also got beat by
Conor's
Diaz.
he's still the fighter of the year.
But he lost. But Mighty Mouse has been so dominant. He might be the fighter of the year. I don't know who's been even close. He had a pretty close fight the last time, but resume-wise, he probably is the fighter of the year, even though he's less than 150 pounds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you win a bunch of fights but nobody cares about your weight class, it doesn't matter.
Are they ever going to care about that weight class if it's not for a dominant fighter?
Well, it's fun to watch, but it's not like I said, I met him, and you're shocked by how small he is.
Say it. You think you can beat him up? Wow. You probably could.
I'd have to.
Why not?
Well, because he's going to throw punches and bunches. I'm going to have to land one.
You might have double the weight on him and at least a half a foot on him.
At least double. But those ears, they're heavy. No, but that's the age-old argument. Those little guys. But he's going to hit me like 6 times every one time I hit him.
You got to go big country Nelson on him.
Just start haymakers.
That's right, haymakers and lay right on top of him.
Oh, he's like a spider monkey. He'll just run up the cage and like choke me out. I think I can tell you, when we were face to face, I didn't talk smack.
I'll talk smack if I see him.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. We had 2 tweets coming in about Bocce. Bocce tweeted in, "Will you guys autograph a picture for my mom for Christmas?"
Of course we will. But you gotta give
us
a picture.
Of course we will, Bocce. Just send it right over. We'll autograph it. And does you or Gaz makes more money? He should give you cookies.
I don't feel comfortable telling you that I make more money than Gaz. But I like that he has to make me cookies.
Wait, is it vice versa, Bocce? You got to help us out here. Who's giving who cookies?
Maybe Bocce thinks this is a way for you to make some money. Like, you're going to make me cookies, but then, well, think about it. The center makes less money than the quarterback.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Every time there's every time there's something really nice in the studio, like cookies or pizza that like people want to eat, I will always claim I made it for them. Always.
All right.
Yeah, guys, I made the cookies for you guys today. You're welcome. Last one coming in here. Decap tweeted this into me. Hey, guys, Grayson Allen didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident. It's a real tweet from a Duke fan I just got. Decap. It was an accident.
Decap.
Any thoughts on that?
No, because I don't even want to say what I think of that individual.
There are certain times where we joke around about sports fans where they want to see things from a certain tint of glasses. This is a deep shade of Blue Devil blue in Decap's eyes.
That is, I mean, and we literally are going to talk to a radio host from Raleigh. I'm guaranteeing you they don't go, no, it didn't happen. Accident. The dude who gets paid to talk about Duke is not going to take that road. Dude, look. I'm trying to think of, like, the most egregious things my teams have done. That, like, he couldn't have kicked higher to trip him if he was doing the can-can. Like, his leg, he went out of his way. I'm surprised he didn't pull something. Like, if I did that, I'd pull something.
You know what I did with you watching the game before? The Oakland Raiders set the NFL penalty record against the Buccaneers when they're watching at Wilson 11. And I'm yelling out, they should throw more flags. This is ridiculous. How dare they? They're cheating every play out there.
And I'm sitting there going, dude, let's be honest. Only 19 of those are real.
The most egregious is fantasy football players. Like, I remember the first time I watched the Red Zone, and I kind of had an idea of what it was, but then I'd hear guys watching the Red Zone scream out, got to think about kicking it on 3rd down here. I need the fantasy points.
No, you don't.
I need the kicker fantasy points.
I hate that argument. Well, if you kick it on 3rd down, you get a chance to try it again as long as you know.
It's the most selfish arguments.
Oh, man.
That's a socially awkward media.
Brought to you by For Your Convenience in Waterville. Make sure you get over there. They take great care of you with all your redemption stuff. You don't have to get stale beer or soda on your hands. I like it.